I've been grappling for 8 years now. 8 long years.
My kids joined about a year ago. My son first, and then my daughter shortly followed about 3 months later. And I myself have been doing it for about a month and a half.
He's been training for around 7 years. He started as a little kid.
I've been with Team Wise, let's see, a little more than 7 years now.
5 years.
It's fun to watch the younger kids because they're sponges and they'll soak up all the technique. From there, it helps because the adults watch them slow down and then they slow down as well, so they start to pick it up a little bit quicker. In the last probably 2 years, we've had more adults start competing more often and doing better because of the kids. That's what I think personally. I know I personally got better because of the kids, because you watch them every day and you see their techniques evolving and you're like, you want to put a little twist on some of it or even just keep it, you know.
That's the best part of the gym, is that everyone's kind of treated equal, adults and kids. So that's been, you know, what's I think made the adults really good and made the kids really good, is that everyone's, you know, like I said, an equal and gets to train together. So it's been a lot of fun kind of bridging the gap between old and young. And it's also helped a lot of the parents come and join their kids to do something. So that's rare where you can do a sport together with your kids.
Oh man, anytime we go to a tournament, you know, our adults, we do fine. We do just fine, but our kids are amazing. I mean, we see kids, you know, that have been with us for 5, 6 years, that started when they were 7, 8 years old, and they're coming up on being, you know, young men now. We still see younger kids in our beginners classes that are 5, 6 years old. So, you know, anywhere from, you know, wee little ones to, you know, people my age, you know, coming up on being 40 years old, just getting started. So the kids are where it's, I'm so impressed by our children. They're amazing. They go out, they show no fear.
So the community at Team Wise is incredible, and you see all the way from really little kids in the beginner class who, you know, are basically preschoolers and kindergartners, all the way up to more senior adults. And really the level of respect that's there across the age groups, across different types of personalities is just incredible. And there's a level of respect that is upheld throughout the gym, no matter what your age is or what your background is. So it's really a cool community, and it's great to see people of all ages participating.
So there's a huge amount of variety as far as the age goes, but man, every single level represented has just a ton of skill, and it's so much fun to watch because they have a blast.
I find a lot of the parents want to start Jiu-Jitsu once they see their kids doing it. I think one of the elements there is to support the kids and to understand what they're doing, but it's also just so much fun, and it's such a great workout and such a great physical workout as well as a mental workout. So there are a lot of parents and kids who do it together.
As we've gone through the years, it's been more and more, we've had that happen more and more. So I don't know, you know, what the percentage is, but it's increased quite a bit, and I know that the kids really progress even quicker when their parents are out there doing it with them.
Different ages. I think it's good. You can learn from anyone and anything, I think. And these kids are young, hungry, they're world champions, so you can learn a lot from them.
That's one thing that I think that's, as far as our gym goes, that's happened a lot more recently in the past few years. I know that we've had a few parents step out on the mats and, you know, not train with the regularity of their kids, but, you know, put on a gi and get out and take a few classes a week. I think it's hugely important because it really helps them understand what their kids are going through, and it really, you see a lot of this, not even just in Jiu-Jitsu, but in a lot of sports where parents are, you know, pushing their kids and giving them a hard time and trying to coach them from the sidelines. And, you know, we see a little bit of that in here at the gym, but I really have a lot of respect for the parents that get out on the mat and do it, because it really changes their perspective. I love it. I think it's a great way to connect with your kids. You know, I see a lot of parents get closer with their kids because of it, and I love it. And the more I see of that, the happier it makes me.
Other gyms, not very often. Our gym, quite a bit. So it's fun to watch the parents because it helps the kids, I think, a lot. For the pure fact that it's like motivation. They have like a backing system. So, I mean, if they get hurt or whatnot, they don't. I mean, mom's already in class, so there's no running off the mat. And then pure fact that like watching their parents struggle and then the kids help their parents get better is super cool. Super cool to see.
I mean, just jiu-jitsu, it's hard to say. It's become increasingly more popular. You know, the Gracies did a lot for the sport. You know, in the early 90s, it got really popular. Hoist Gracie, you know, did a ton popularizing it. Me personally, I've always been really drawn to it. Just the idea of a skillful, more intelligent, more technically proficient competitor being able to take out someone bigger, stronger, faster with just his skills, and that always I found that was always really appealing. So in the last probably 10-15 years, even the advent of sport, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, grappling tournaments like Abu Dhabi, Eddie Bravo Invitational, the EBI, Metamoris, Polaris. It's blown up in the past just 3 or 4 years, but it's getting huge, and it's so cool to see.
And in the last 5 years, it's gone pretty global. In the next 5 or 10 years, it'll be in the Olympics. That's what I'm predicting now. They're already working on making it to the Olympics and doing trials and making it no-gi. So hopefully gi will get in there as well, alongside judo and other martial arts. Axe Fighting is our organization. My dad has been promoting it for 26 years, because he's older than me. It went from Wiseman Promotions to Axe Fighting, probably in the last 15 or 20 years, and it's grown ever since. It's a real fun organization where we do grappling matches in cages. We used to have a boxing ring that we used to do them in. We do MMA, we do kickboxing, we do Muay Thai. So it's a very fun organization, and it's very fun to watch up-and-coming fighters like Demetrius Johnson, who came through our organization, and now he's at the top level, killing all of his opponents and just putting on a good show, and he's just a class act. We've been doing it for so long that promoting it's not the hard part. The fighters know a lot of people, and so they pretty much sell the tickets that way for us, but we match really good fights that are fair. There's no throwaway fights, as we would call them, or whatnot. Everybody fights hard. Everybody's very, very respectful. Just because we've been doing it for so long, they already know us, they know how we run stuff, and it's fun to watch them. But I think it's real important for the local guys. We've had 50 plus professional fighters that have gone through our organization that have made it to the big time. So it's very interesting to see how this next group or this next generation of people come through our organization and end up in the big times. We've always had a recent one was Chris Williams down in Oregon. He's in Bellator now. He just got signed to Bellator, and he's actually just about to fight coming up. So it's fun to watch. Quad as much as we can. Every weekend, every couple months. I mean, as many people as we can take, we try to take. If there's just one person, we'll still go with that one person, just because that's what we do. This is what we do. We don't have daytime jobs. We run a gym full time, and we live it. Most other gyms have daytime jobs. They don't want to go with their kids, or they don't want to go with their other students. If it's just 1 or 2 students going to a tournament, we don't care. We like watching them compete, and it's a satisfying feeling for us knowing that they're going out there and putting it all on the line for us and for themselves, and they're coming out on top too.
One of the best on the West Coast for competition. We've had several people go to the Worlds this year, several people gold medals all around. I mean, it was really impressive to see what we've done, and this was something that Coach had predicted years ago, that in a couple of years we're going to be going to the Worlds and we're going to win, and everyone kind of laughed at him, but it's come to fruition.
Nate winning Worlds was awesome, because he has gone through so much. He's lost like tons of tournaments in the last past, and especially recently too. Life's gone up and down. He stuck it out and took home 3 medals this last Worlds. and just slayed competition. The only match that went to points was his final match in gi, and the rest of his opponents he finished. So it's just real cool to see him come from behind and then take 3 medals home. He definitely did way better than I did, that's for sure. And it's just fun to watch him grow and become even a better grappler than he was, and have more knowledge than he did.
You know, I think the biggest thing about this gym is that it's just a big family. If you want to come in and just be part of it, everyone's very welcoming. Like I said before, kids and parents are, you know, training together. If you don't want to train, Coach makes it really accessible to really sit there and watch and participate. So it's been, you know, it's been great for Sam. He's got, you know, all kinds of friends and mentors and everything else, and you know, it's helped him with his leadership. And you know, I can tell you, all the kids that have been here for a long time are all, you know, A students. It's been amazing how much impact it's had on their grades and their discipline. So I think that that's the biggest benefit that I've seen.
Teaches you a lot of self-discipline, good goal setting, watching your physical form change, watching you become, you know, more confident, learning something completely new, stepping outside the box, but being surrounded by a lot of people who support you and want to see you succeed. They are so good with the young kids all the way up to, you know, the eldest age that is here. They're just make you want to come back, and they make you want to learn and be better than last week and the week before. I look forward to coming here every week and getting better and feeling better, you know, because when you're feeling better, you want to keep coming back. And they encourage that, and they welcome you, and you feel like family, and you feel very supported.